Yeah, just it's kind of just it's almost like the game last night, except they put together a good inning and got a couple big hits, and got the 3-run lead. We had a runner on third with one out early in the game. I think it was might have been the bottom of the third. We didn't score. That was rough, especially in that type of game. You kind of see what was going on. Teams are kind of feeling each other out, trying to figure it out, and then they came out and got on McIntyre. I mean, he just didn't locate the first inning. After that, he was really, really good, and he gave us an opportunity to win the game. And I was proud of him for hanging in there and uh, kept getting them out. But their pitchers kept getting us out as well. So uh, tomorrow's a big game for both teams, and I think it'll be a great ball game.
What was Mahoney doing so well to keep y'all off balance up at the plate?
Well, he mixed his pitches really well. Yeah, I mean, you need to talk to the hitters about that. I wasn't standing up there.
How would you assess Brady Teigert's start today?
Thought he was good, real good. Spotted his fastball in and out, breaking ball, changeup. I mean, he pitched well, and 37 pitches, 40 was really the most we really wanted him to go tonight, and um, it's always encouraging when he throws well, limited pitches, but at the same time we're thinking about down the road, and down the road's getting here. It's going to be here before we know it. So uh, hopefully we can build him up. Maybe next week he can go 50 or who knows what. But uh, we got a short week like everybody in the league, so we didn't want to pitch him too much.
Do you feel like McIntyre might have turned the corner in these last few weeks in this role? You know, he give up the few hits, but it's not like they were barreled all over the yard or anything. Do you think you might have found something with this role with him that this might be the best way to use him?
Yeah, I think he likes coming out of the pen a little bit. It probably likes starting an inning the way it's been working out so far. But uh, yeah, I think he's thrown the ball really well and stretched him out tonight, almost 100 pitches, 98 or something. And he still had the same velocity at the end of the game that he started with for the most part, upper 80s, 90 miles an hour, and um, spotted up some good cutters and pitched well.
Tiger, I was just wondering how definitive is your plan the next few weeks moving forward in terms of how you're going to ramp him up and how tempting is it to want to kind of keep him out there when he's pitching as well as he's been pitching lately?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tempting. We'd have liked to like him to pitch 5 innings tonight if we could, but uh, we didn't. We just didn't feel like that was the safe thing to do. And uh, I don't know. I mean, we'd like to start him, uh, down the road, but maybe we have to just use him out of the pen in relief. We don't know how we're going to handle him yet. We're just going to let him show us what to do a little bit, but also the game's going to tell us what to do and how we need to work our pitching staff to win games, because really, the games from here on out, you get to a certain point, it's all about elimination.
Where you reached three times and scored all three, just 1 for 3 in that department tonight. You feel like that made a difference?
Yeah, we didn't get our leadoff man on very much. It didn't seem like, and the one inning that, like I said, that really stands out, we get a leadoff double from the 9 hole. Then Josenberger's bunting for a hit, but knows it might end up being a sack, and gets him over there, and then we don't get him in. It was a little disappointing, but it happens. Give their pitcher credit. He pitched out of a couple of jams, and he deserved to win.
As far as silver linings go, do you feel pretty good about having only used 4 pitchers to this point in the series?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, tomorrow, you never know how it's going to go. I mean, you got two teams that score runs by hitting the ball out of the park a little bit, and the wind's going to change directions a little bit tomorrow, unless that's changed. And it could be crazy tomorrow. It might be 2-1. You never know with this game, but uh, I think that the pitchers that have pitched for us, 4 guys in 2 days, have all four done a really good job.
So what was the scouting report on Mahoney, and what were they saying about what he was doing that kind of kept him off?
You can ask hitters when they get here. Yeah.
Well, what was the report like? What did you expect?
Well, everything we got. He's going to throw the ball 94 to 96 miles an hour with a good slider and a changeup, and he's got sink. And it looked like to me he's doing what we told him. He's going to try to finish our lefties fastballs in. And He did that a couple times. He pitches in more than a lot of pitchers do. Like Callie kind of got jammed 3 times tonight, I think. So, we'll give him credit, man. He located and he did a great job.
I assume you'll start Holland tomorrow. Just how confident are you going into a rubber match with a guy like that on the mound?
I'm very confident. I'm confident in our team. I want to see how they react if they got beat. We hadn't lost a conference game in a while. Haven't lost at home in a while. Didn't do anything tonight, really. Just kind of played. Didn't mess up. It didn't do anything. I hope they bounce back and play really well tomorrow. And very confident with him on the mound.
Kendall's been driving in a ton of runs for you this year and then recently as well, but 0 for 3 and opportunities tonight. Was it just a matter of him being kind of due for an off night?
Yeah, it is what it is. What do you do? You can't get on the guy for not driving people in because he's been the best at it for us, especially since Wagner went down. He's been our RBI guy for the most part, and it's moved around a little bit, but he's been very consistent. So I imagine he'll bounce back tomorrow.
Coach, thanks for that.
Okay.
Will, it looked like once you got through that first inning, you kind of settled in there. Just what happened in that first inning and how were you able to settle in?
Just my stuff wasn't really had downward movement that first inning, and I just got to learn to come in games, better. And P-Row was saying I wasn't in my legs enough, so I started getting my legs more, and I had more downward depth on my stuff, so I started getting more soft contact.
Peyton, we were asking Dave what made Mahoney so difficult to hit, and he said to ask the hitters. So just what was your perspective on him?
You got to give credit. He did a really good job, mixing his pitches. I thought we had a good pregame approach, and I just think that we didn't really execute it that well during the game. And, that's just part of it.
I was good with it. I did pretty much what I expected, what I've been working on in my bullpens, but I felt good.
For both you and Will, I'm curious what you guys thought of pitching in a game like that and then coming out on the wrong side of it.
It's baseball, man. Sometimes you get done, sometimes you don't.
It's a little disappointing, but I think we're gonna come out ready for tomorrow.
Well, Dave said he thinks that you kind of like pitching out of the bullpen. I was just wondering, do you feel like these last few weeks you might have turned a little bit of a corner and might have found the role that suits you the best, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I enjoy it. It's me and Brady been saying to each other we're gonna be a 1-2 punch, so I like that.
And Brady, obviously they're not going to overwork you as you're working your way back. But I was just wondering, as a competitor, how hard is it to come out of those games? And I know you'd probably like to stay out there and just keep pitching for your team. But just what's the emotions like?
It's definitely not fun, especially I felt like I was in control. But these games, they don't matter compared to the postseason, and that's what we're building up for. So can't be too mad about it.
Peyton, I think there were 8 called third strikes tonight. When it's like that, does it change game plans? Do you talk about it with each other in the dugout and so forth?
It doesn't really change our plan that much. You just got to go up there knowing that, hey, he might make that call. So you just got to be able to fight that off and get to the next pitch. Because, it's tough to change your approach just because of the umpire. We try not to make it too big of a deal.
Brady, what's the give and take like with the coaches in the week leading up to a start when you're like, okay, my pitch count is going to be whatever? And is it make it a little bit easier knowing like, hey, I'm building to, like you said, the postseason?
Yeah, it does make it a little bit easier because it's kind of like it was in the early spring and the fall. You're building up for something, and I think it helps me focus on my goal, really. I knew tonight I was only going to go 40 pitches, so I knew I had to execute and get it done, go as long as I can, help Mag out as much as I can in 40 pitches.
How is the arm feeling physically?
It feels really good. It feels better than it has all year.
I guess for both pitchers, it's been a weird year for the pitching staff where guys are changing their roles every week. But just what do you make of where it's come to this point? And now you have a little bit of a formula with Hagan and Gage and you two, and then just kind of the setup for a weekend at this point in the season.
I think the pitching staff's coming along. We're all finding the roles that suit us, and it's gonna be everybody needs to step up, and everybody needs to do the roles that they're given.
What's it like playing behind Brady whenever he's rolling like that?
It's a lot of fun to watch. Stuff's electric. That he dominates. It's just fun to watch, and you never know when you're going to get a ball because he's usually dominating. Just got to stay ready.
been a while since you guys have had Hunter Holland pitching in a rubber match for you. For anybody who wants to take it, how good do you guys feel about tomorrow?
I always feel good when Hunter Holland's on the mound, man. He's a dude. He's really, really good. So, and he's always confident. So I feel just as confident as he does.
All right, guys, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.